What's up YouTube, Capital G here, talking Battles of Legends Light's Revenge in this video and asking a question. Do you guys believe that we could be looking at the greatest reprint set of all time of Light's Revenge? I know that that's going to sound like hyperbole. I know that's going to sound like an exaggeration, but I can say, based on the shit that Konami has revealed, this set looks like freaking fire. It's so good. There are so many great value cards in this set. And honestly, if Konami reveals maybe a couple of more high-end cards, I think this shit is just going to fly off the shelves. Maybe if they announce over the next week or so that, you know, Raid Raptor 4 Strix is in here, the Phantom Knights of Breaksword is in here, I don't even think they'll be able to keep it in stock. I think that the players will just go nuts, and I don't know, it might even cause the secondary market to completely crash. But it's actually really refreshing to see Konami put together a set that is so good and has so much value. And you guys know I criticize Konami all the time. I criticize them for Pendulum Domination, for what they did with Pendulum Evolution, the Maximum Crisis, but I also have to applaud them when they put together a really awesome set. And, you know, especially after some of the subpar kind of just trash that they've given us. I mean, you guys know Dimensional Guardians, let's just be objective, that set was fucking garbage. Let's be real, it was hot garbage and no one honestly wanted it. There was no Fright for Patchwork, there was no Lunar Light Collider Check, so it's like, just get this nonsense out of here. And then Pendulum Evolution was like even worse than that. I believe that the most expensive card in Pendulum Evolution on TCG Player is like less than $2. So I mean, that tells you that the players don't even want Pendulum Evolution. But this set is looking like the exact opposite. And I don't know about you guys, but me personally, when I open up a booster pack and I get like a $10 card, I'm generally like, hell yeah, I'll take this. I mean, it doesn't always have to be the $50, $60, $70 card. If I get a $10 card in a booster set, I am pretty much on cloud 9. I am very happy. And if it's something that I don't plan on using, you know, I just put it on eBay or TCG Player. So let's look at some of the cards that are in this set and all of this value that I'm basically talking about. Well, I guess for starters, I mean, everything kind of boils down to Minerva at the end of the day. Anytime you put a YCS prize card in anything, whether it be, you know, some type of special edition, whether it be in a 10 or a booster set or anything, it's obviously going to be like the chase card of the set. Minerva being in here is huge because I think people for years have wanted to play what is called Minerva Sworn, and people just haven't been able to do it. Even if you get your hands on one copy of Minerva, which I believe like the cheapest Minervas are like $800 to like $1,000, you probably only have one. A lot of people want to run two of that card. So Minerva being in here automatically makes the set legitimate. But then you look at some of the cards they just revealed recently. Anti-Spell Fragrance is in here. Obviously an excellent side card still being played right now. You've got Different Dimension Ground. This card was actually $15 before, you know, before everybody found out it was getting reprinted. Now the price basically dropped in half. But you see right here the normal market price for Different Dimension Ground, and I assume this was probably as of like yesterday, it was basically a $15 card. So that's an excellent card. Not quite as relevant with Grass being at 1, but it was an extremely good counter to Grass. Your opponent plays Grass, you flip this over in response, and then basically all their stuff gets banished. A good card against Mermail as well, because obviously everything they need, you know, like has to hit the graveyard. So if you just flip this over on Mermail at the beginning of the turn, it's kind of like it's better than even Max C against them. They kind of can't do anything. They can still summon their Mermail dudes, but, you know, their Elanians are all going to get banished, so it's like they're really not doing anything. We also have Artifact Sanctum that has been confirmed as a reprint in Dragons of Legends, which is excellent because the card, it's only been available through Primal Origins, in which it was a secret rare. So obviously it's not the easiest card to get your hands on. At some point, it's gone to almost $50. And when you look at just competitive meta, I think this card can be relevant throughout the entire Vrains era because unlike Dimensional Barrier, this card does cover the Link summon mechanic. And while Links aren't tearing shit up in the OCG, you have to understand that Links are only 2 sets in. So eventually, probably by the 3rd or 4th set, Konami's going to catch on to that, and they're probably just going to start making the Link archetypes a lot more broken than the other archetypes in the game, so that players pretty much play the fucking Link deck. So, you know, when you look at a card like Artifact Sanctum that can bring out Scythe covers the entire extra deck, and I don't know, I feel like this card can just be relevant throughout the entire next generation or the next era of Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's like a card that definitely is going to be worth, it's going to be worth holding on to, and just a very good solid reprint. You look at all the synchros that Konami announced that were getting reprinted. We've got Crystal Wing, Omega, and Trishula, all excellent synchro cards. I think that there could be probably an argument as to what is the best synchro monster in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think that 95% of people would probably name one of these three cards. And, you know, Cyframe Lord Omega, I don't think it is going to actually get limited in the TCG. I just don't think it's on Konami's radar. And the card is actually going to be getting buffed. I say this a lot, but it's essentially going to be getting buffed as we move towards the Vrains era because, you know, you special summon it to the extra monster zone and then it banishes itself and then it gets summoned to the main monster zone. So triple Omega can definitely still be a thing, especially if you just summon the Omegas, then banish them immediately, then they all come back to the main monster zone and it's like, damn, I still got my extra monster zone. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Battles of Legend is a great set? Because it's looking so good. I mean, basically Konami has revealed 7 premium cards and all of them were, you know, pretty much $15 and up. So I don't know, maybe if they put another couple of good cards in here, I think we're gonna have one of the best reprint sets we have ever seen, or at least one of the best ones we've seen in a few years. So what do you guys think? Are you going to be picking up some Light's Revenge? I think that I am, because a lot of these cards I've never actually owned. Like, I've never owned a Cyframe Lord Omega because I kind of think it's a card that you don't usually buy like one copy of Omega unless you're playing, I guess, maybe DDD, but usually when people get Omegas they get like 2 or 3. And just some of the other cards like Artifact Sanctum, haven't been able to have those in some time because they've been kind of expensive. And what cards would you actually like to see reprinted in here as well? I think that's another good question. Whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching as always, and subscribe if you have not already. Actually, quick correction, I think I may have called Sanctum a secret rare. Sanctum was an ultra rare in Primal Origin.